Life for All presents Daily Food Series, Galatians, the Only Gospel, the Gospel of Christ. Title of Book 2, The Hearing of Faith, by Pedro. Week 2, The Truth of the Gospel. Sunday, Living by Faith in the Son of God through the Word. Read with prayer. For I, through the law, died to the law, that I might live to God. I have been crucified with Christ. Galatians chapter 2, verse 19. Yesterday, we saw in Romans chapter 7 that as long as my old man lives, I am married to him and cannot free myself from the law of sin because I remain subject to sin. I am bound to my old man by the law. However, on the day my old man, the former husband, dies, I will be liberated and free to marry another. Here, in these verses, we observe two I's. For I, through the law, died to the law, that I might live to God. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life which I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. Galatians chapter 2, verses 19 and 20. One eye was married to the old man, from whom we could not free ourselves, and the other eye is married to Christ. After believing in the Lord, our old man was crucified on the cross with Jesus Christ. Thus, we now have another eye, which is married to Christ. How does the old man die and the new man live in Christ? How does this become real? It is through faith. In the realm of faith, by exercising the Spirit, this becomes a reality. In this realm, the old man is crucified. The new man is in Christ, and he lives in us. This shift in realms happens through the Word. When we set our minds on the Spirit, immerse ourselves in the Word, practice sleeping and waking with God, do war cries to set our minds on the Spirit at all times through the Word. In this way, we live out this spiritual reality. In the realm of faith, we have the spiritual reality that the old man has been crucified and is dead. You are no longer bound by the law of sin and death, the law of Moses, your logical mind, or your own experience and abilities. The I that was capable no longer lives. Today, you live by faith in Christ, and the Lord lives in you. When I was young, someone helped me realize this. A Christian is more complicated than a non-Christian. An unbeliever only has one eye to live, and we have two. The non-Christian only has one eye, which is the old man and leads him to sin. His conflict is to free himself from sin, but he cannot and remains as he is. A Christian has two eyes, but only one life to live. Both compete for one being, and this conflict is real. When we are in the realm of faith, our old man is dead. Therefore, we have no conflict. Christ lives in us. In view of this, I advise you, dear reader, to always remain in the reality of faith. This is why we have encouraged the brothers and sisters to instill the Word in their hearts, immerse themselves in it, live in the church life intensely by serving the Lord, preaching the gospel of the kingdom alongside the brothers and sisters, and serving in the care network to welcome the newly saved. This protects us and leads us to live the spiritual reality. The Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit is, there is liberty. 2 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 17. The new man is born of the Spirit and must follow the Spirit. The Spirit is like the wind, and it blows wherever it wants. You do not know where it comes from or where it goes. So is everyone who is born of the Spirit. John chapter 3, verse 8. Furthermore, all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. Romans chapter 8, verse 14. The secret is to set the mind on the Spirit, verses 5 and 6. Christ loved us and gave himself for us. Firstly, to uproot us from this evil world, Galatians chapter 1, verse 4. And secondly, to free us from the slavery of the law, so that the first eye may die, and the second eye may allow Christ to live in us, through the Spirit who gives life. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 45. Hence, Paul wrote to the Galatians, I do not set aside the grace of God. For if righteousness comes through the law, then Christ died in vain. Galatians chapter 2, verse 21. They were still trying to keep the law and could not. Nevertheless, Christ did not die in vain. Through his death, today we can live in the new man. Therefore, from now on, remain in this reality, allowing Christ to live in you. We who are within the walls of Jerusalem authorize God to rule over us. The Word is the way for us to live in the sphere of spiritual reality.